Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to another video. This is PS Does Book Reviews, where I talk about a book that I've been reading lately. About a year ago, probably almost 2 years ago, I got contacted by someone on Reddit who saw me posting some book reviews that I had done of other books, and they challenged me to read this book, or actually listen, since it's an audiobook, and give my honest review in exchange for one of the keys to listen to it on Audible. It's more fantasy than science fiction, so it's not totally my cup of tea, but I got into it and I kept listening to it little by little, and eventually, after much ado, Penny Preston and the Raven's Talisman Misaligned Book 1. I have finished listening to it tonight. It's by Armin Bulgarian, narrated by Babb, and 8 hours of audiobook that I've been listening to. Overall, it's the story of this couple of young kids that start to see some weird things happening in their school, and I think the book does well in terms of storytelling and the division of chapters, although some chapters had two stories at the same time, which for me makes sense to break it down into different chapters. But anyways, I think overall the work was well written. I think it's worth checking it out. I was not the particular target audience, so I didn't feel very connected to it, but I did enjoy the story nonetheless, and it does have a few strong points which brings merit to it. In terms of story, I think it does well to do the story from the point of view of young kids. It brings a lot of lore and mystery to it as well, in a fantasy way, but in a fun way as well. It's not like scary, but it has have some interesting parts. I don't want to spoil the storyline a little bit. It does go a lot into Celtic, I want to say mythology, but probably the wrong word for it. Celtic references, let's call it that. Also, I learned some things from Babylon culture as well. There was a specific chapter about it. There are some chapters which are mostly just the interaction between the two kids in a normal day-to-day basis. So it's a bit of a coming-of-age sort of book in that regard. But other scenes or other chapters are completely about the fantasy environment that they find themselves in and try to learn a bit more about it. Some parts went a bit over the top, but I think overall it was an entertaining read or listen in my case. The narration was pretty good by Babb. I didn't like the character of Duncan, the narration of the character in particular, but all the other characters I felt very much connected with. So I think Michelle did a very good job, and yeah. I recommend checking it out if you're into fantasy and teenager sort of thing. Definitely, I think the target audience is the teenager sort of audience who likes the fantasy stuff, but still has some connection with the day-to-day life that they have. So yeah, that's my review. It's the first book of at least 3 of them have been released: Misaligned Book 2 and Misaligned Book 3. I think it's an interesting book. I'm not a target audience, so I don't think I will listen to the other 2 or read the other 2, but I definitely enjoyed this one, and thank you so much for the key, and I hope this review answers anyone or helps someone decide if they like the book or if they want to check the book or not. Yep, that's it from this review. See you next time. Bye bye everyone. Take care.